a resistance band lateral raise. So for this, when people think lateral raise, they typically think coming straight out to the sides. And while that's great, that's going to use your delts and your traps. And we want to build nice round shoulders, not so much those high neck muscles. So what we're going to do instead of coming directly out to the side is we're coming very, very slightly forward. There's like 10 degrees difference between here and here. And then we're also going to think about thumbs down. So if you were thumbs up, we're now going to go thumbs down, and this is the way that we're going to pull. So if you have a resistance band with handles, you're going to have to adjust the handles so that they are more on one side, then straight up and down. And from here, you're going to step on the band. The farther apart you step, the more resistance, the closer your feet are, the easier it'll be. So from here, I'm keeping my core tight, rolling my shoulder blades down and back. My thumbs are pointed down, and I'm going to keep them down the entire time. Stretch the elbows apart and up and right back down, but I'm not coming all the way. So you want to stay under constant tension from here, elbows apart and down. One thing to note is what your wrist is doing. So if your wrist is turning really far in, you might have to adjust the handles a little bit and find what works best for you, but we want to keep those wrists straight, not in or out. So from here, elbows apart and coming back down, elbows apart and coming back down. So what I'm thinking about is pulling my elbows to the side walls kind of in front of me, but I'm also thinking about taking my spine and driving it down into the floor as hard as I can. So it's almost like I'm thinking about pushing down and pulling apart at the same time, but your body is going to stay stationary. If you have a loop band instead of one with handles, step fairly close together. This one's going to be a little bit more challenging than with handles because you also have the tension up here to pull against. So shoulders down and back, try and keep those palms in a little bit, pulling apart, but you'll see that this is more to the front, but as long as you're thinking about pulling your elbows apart at the same time, you're doing it right. So we want to feel this in your shoulders here. If you feel it here, reach out to your coach for a form review.